This equation deals with acceleration, an initial velocity, which is our beginning velocity, a final velocity, which is our ending velocity, and time. A monkey swinging at 10 meters per second comes to a stop with an acceleration of -2 meters per second squared. How long did it take the monkey to stop? All right. We're going to solve this story problem using the problem-solving method. Step 1, find the variables that we have, the information we have, and find the variable of what we're looking for. Okay, what we need in the story problem, what we're trying to solve. A monkey swinging at 10 meters per second. Now 10 meters per second, even though I did not tell you specifically what that represented, meter per second is a speed or a velocity. Now the question is this our beginning velocity or our ending velocity? To solve that, reading the story problem, we always look to see if it is already doing it or does it end at it. Here, it is already swinging at 10 meters per second. That means it's our starting velocity. So that's our initial velocity, we say. We denote initial velocity with a VI. Comes to a stop. Now stop can be confusing for some students because there's no number that I attach to a stop in the story problem. But stop represents or means 0. It's no velocity. It's a velocity of 0 meters per second. Because it comes to it, it ends at it. That is our final velocity. We denote final velocity with a VF. With an acceleration of -2 meters per second squared. Well, negative here represents the acceleration, meaning it's slowing down. Its speed is reducing, our velocity is reducing. So the acceleration we denote with an A. So the variable for acceleration is A equals -2 meters per second squared. Now the negative can confuse some of you, but remember if it's slowing down, that represents a negative. How long did it take the monkey to stop? How long? Long can be, you gotta be careful with long because long can mean distance or it could mean time. In this case, how long did it take? That's representing time. And the variable for time is t. So from this story problem, we got our starting velocity, our ending velocity, the acceleration, the rate of how much it changed its speed by or velocity by, and the time it takes, which we don't know. Step 2, this is where we find the equation that has those 4 variables. In this class, you will be given this equation because it's a 4-variable equation, which is t equals VF minus VI over A. Because you will be given this equation already, there's no need to rearrange it because it's already arranged for what we're looking for. So therefore, step 3, we solve, plug and chug. So time equals VF, which is 0 meters per second, minus our initial velocity, which is 10 meters per second, all divided by acceleration, which is -2 meters per second squared. Using the mathematical order of operations, because this is above the divisor, 0 minus 10 is -10. -10 divided -2 is +5. It took 5 seconds for the monkey to slow down. Let's recap the story problem. Monkey swinging at 10 meters per second, which is our initial, because it started at it. It's where the story problem started with the monkey. Comes to a stop, that's our ending or our final velocity. With an acceleration, the rate of change of velocity, how much we're changing, how much we speed up or slow down by, -2 meters per second. And it took, and how long did it take? That's what we're looking for. We use the equation that's given to you, looking for t and all the variables, VI, VF, A, and T, and then plug and chug.